How's it going? It's Ying Han from the You Only Live Once Life and Business Innovation Style meditations, talks, inspiring conversations wherever you are. And I'm so excited today to talk to you about one of my most passionate topics where I have created more than 200 videos for and countless classes for, and which is a part of my integral piece in my leadership training, entrepreneurship coaching, and of course, coaching business, which is meditation. So I'm going to share with you a little bit more about why I'm passionate about this topic, how it has supported me and my clients in not only creating personal abundance, but also effectiveness and financial abundance. And then lastly, I'm also going to share with you 8 points on how to actually get that habit started for you and have that habit last. And so I'm going to try and keep this as short as I can so that you can get all the value and then move into practicing the meditations so that you can actually have it as part of your life. Okay, so jumping straight in, I am a business coach, but I am a very unique one because I marry energy work with sensuality, with activating not only confidence, but also leadership abilities in your work career and also as an entrepreneur in your business. So marrying all of those soft and tough or hard or technical skills together to run a very successful business. And in doing that, I've realized that a lot of people get held back by very similar issues. And one of the things that I was personally held back by was actually the clarity that I did not have and what my true purpose was, or at least feel that what I was doing was my true purpose when I was in corporate world. I used to be in advertising, and I still remember there was one evening when I was in the bathroom throwing up and looking at the toilet bowl, thinking to myself, is this ever gonna end? I actually had a condition, eating disorder called bulimia. And at that point in time, it had been going on for 10 and a little more than that years. And I had tried everything under the sun, including medical doctors, searching out all experts in all different countries, 3 continents, and flown all over the world for solutions that never really worked. It took me to a rabbit hole through experts and psychiatrists and different types of important people who are supposed to have the answers, but none of them did. And so I looked and decided to take the condition in my own hands and started learning about coaching and neuropsychology, breaking the patterns in my brain so that I could see the results in my body. And also eventually when that didn't work, even though I got all of my certificates for coaching and even did a master's degree and was still faring very, very well at work. All of this was a secret for my parents or loved ones, etc., because I was kind of ashamed of it, very ashamed of it. I decided to then jump onto the next level of the Maslow's hierarchy, which was taking care of the physical portion, exercising, doing that regularly, changing my diet, changing all of that, to then going into the emotional and social areas, changing my circle of friends to only positive ones and taking out negativity, going into the emotional ones, doing the brain hacks, learning the different coaching techniques, modalities of healing and all of that, and energy work. And then eventually I decided maybe it's actually in the self-actualization realm, which is spirituality. That took me down to plant medicine meditations. In South America, I was shaman work, which I jumped on a plane when I found out that might be one of the solutions that I had not tried yet. Went over there, did not work, and so decided to go to another, even more deep sort of soul-searching, soul level work, in which I was doing a meditation, and in the meditation itself, I was able to, at the deepest level of it, I was able to get in touch with my inner being. And I remember one moment where I literally was just like, am I ready to finally let this illness go? And deep within me, a voice came out without me even trying to control it. And before I could even finish the sentence in my head, and it bubbled straight out of me and it said, yes. And from that moment onwards, I just knew with every fiber in my being, with every drill in my heart, I just knew that there was no way back. And I had to move forward. I had to do what I needed to do my life's work. And I knew I had to support other people to do the same. I had no idea how to put together a business at that point. And I had no idea what I was going to do once I left my corporate role. But all I knew was that going back would have been continuing and perpetuating the cycle of illness and disease. So, long story short, meditation was the factor and the practice that I did in order to connect with that inner self that was able to get connected with that inner wisdom and voice that gave me the courage and the fearlessness and the unstoppability to move forward in my life. And that is one of the things that I wanted to bring to everyone else. And I realized that meditation was also a great way to go into your unconscious and your psyche. So moving forward with our story about like now why I'm so passionate about it and how I created not only just that, but that turned into a book, which is now a bestseller. And of course, marrying all of the experiences that I've had in terms of practical applications of it, how to do that within your business, how to do that within your team, how to use meditation to see your 90-day plan ahead, how to use meditation to find out what is the financial block, how to use meditation to attract clients, how to use meditation to prepare yourself before public speaking, to reduce anxiety, to go over overwhelm, to reduce jealousy, to let go of fights within couples, to even conceive. I've also used hypnosis, meditation, and shamanic work to help people conceive kids, which is not part of my job scope, but somehow I found myself doing it. Anyway, so there's a lot of applications of how meditation, which loosely defined is a state of mind in which you go deeply within yourself and you're able to interpret yourself as who you are without the interference of outside forces, without the interference of social norms, without the interference of constructs of your brain that has been kind of molded and structured over time. And there is a potential and a high probability that you're able to listen to your heart and a higher version of yourself, in which a lot of people call inner wisdom or inner voice, and you can seek guidance for that. So there are a couple of things that I want to share about it before we jump in, is that there are 3 different types of meditation that I teach and that our teaching encompasses. And these are the 3 main ones. The first one is called concentration meditation. Concentration meditation is all about focusing and exercising your focus, because if you don't have the ability to focus your mind onto your breath, which is the topic of which we're focusing on, then if confusing things come to your mind or negative things come to your mind during the day, or anxiety comes to your mind during the day, you're not able to unfocus from the anxiety and refocus on your breath. So the idea is to learn how to detach and attach to something that's positive. Detach from negative to attach to positive. But that action of detach and attach, or detach and stay detached, which is even more advanced, is something that is very useful in your internal energetic muscle memory. And the second type of meditation is all about welcoming positive emotions. And that emotion is a huge way in which we use visualizations as one of the methods that we apply in our meditations that can increase your amount of enjoyment, as well as just the bang for your buck when you're actually doing your meditation. So you can feel every single cell in your body feel positive. And so the way that I would do this in the meditations would be like, I would say, feel what it feels like to be a 10 out of 10 in your intentions. Right? And your intention may be to feel calm, or to feel relaxed, or to feel productive, to feel like in flow for the rest of the day. So I say feel a 10 out of 10 in that. I want you to be able to imagine that feeling, what you would be having if you were a 10 out of 10, and then receiving it, like breathing that into your body so that you can feel it like just vibrate through your fingers. And that's a practice of surrender to the positivity. A lot of us have a capacity of only holding a certain amount of positivity, and then we say, it's enough, cannot anymore. And this is a practice, is a central experience and experience for you to be able to download more positivity and practice that each day. And that's incredibly important, because the failure to do so is going to turn away money, it's going to turn away love, it's going to turn away things when you are at your max and you actually have a flight or flight response. So much more on that on the YouTube channel. Okay, so the third type of meditation is insight meditation. Insight meditation is all about asking the higher universe or the higher self or the internal world a question, and then waiting without interference an answer to emerge. So this point, you want to not control, not expect, not get attached to anything that does or does not come up. It may come up in the form of sensations, maybe an image, maybe a sound, or maybe nothing at all. It doesn't mean that it's good or bad. All you need to do is make sure that you're continuously breathing deeply and being able to allow whatever your body, your mind, that 90% in that iceberg, that unconscious mind, to communicate with you, because it is so much more smart and it does want you to hear certain things that are in your psyche. Those are 3 types of meditations. Breathing is very, very important in the breath work that we do. And so the meditations, the yummy meditation, which is our You Only Live Once style meditations, it is all about breathing. And breathing, actually, you want to be sitting down in a cross-legged position, which is like this. You can either sit in a cross-legged position like that, palms facing upwards on your knees. And we have to relax your shoulders, drop them down. That's a sitting position. Or you can kneel if your feet get tired at any point in time. So you kneel like this, and kneel with your hands on your knees, right in the middle of the knees. And you just want to be able to relax everything in your body. And you breathe in. Let's try it. So when you're there, just do this with me. And again. So breathing is very, very important. To be able to breathe with your whole body into your belly, and then when you exhale, I want you to actually relax and release completely. So unlike yoga practices where you're controlling your breath as you exhale, meditations work best, the ones that I teach work best when you relax and you release as if your body just knows how to exhale like a baby. So breathing in, let go. So that's how you do it. All right, so we've talked about expectations. We've talked about if random thoughts come in, just come back to the breath. And that's the exercise in number 1, which is unattach from your thoughts, because you will find that you'll have lots of thoughts coming through, and the more you unattach, the more you practice, the better you are at that. There are many levels of meditation and how you are able to go through deeper and deeper meditations. The first level is the unattached one. So when you finish that level, and just let me know and comment below, and I'll send you another level of meditations, or I'll put it in the comments below. All right, so now how are you going to integrate this into your everyday life? Everyday life, you need to be doing this. So I actually supported my clients, and the reason I started meditation and these videos now have like more than 200 on the internet is because I was supporting my clients in doing this. And I realized that even for abundance mindset and for business owners or for people who are professionals, like you need to be able to have a practice that you go back to every day in order to change. Change doesn't happen naturally, otherwise you would already be changed. And the change for positive change is even harder. And so willpower itself does not it declines as the day goes on. However, what you can train is you can train your unconscious mind to also hop on board. So the most important thing is to do it every single day without missing it. And you can do this and make a decision and commitment to yourself to do it for 1 minute, or you can do it for 5 minutes and to start with. And what I want to encourage you to do is to keep this practice up for 14 days and then extend it to 30, and then extend it to 2 months. But the tipping point where I see the most results from my clients, especially the ones who are in sensuality and abundance, our sensuality and abundance course, where you do sensual meditation every single day and you see your revenue jump, or the ones in leadership actually, which also do the emotional processing meditations, and they see their change in attitude and satisfaction at work, is at the 60-day mark. So if you can maintain that and just do it for 60 days to see if it works for you, I think that would give you a really a small encouragement for the milestone that it can be. But of course, I've been meditating for a year, and I still feel a tremendous amount of humility when it comes to this body of work. I've meditated for a year consistently. However, I first started meditating in 2008 with a monk in San Diego, in Thich Nhat Hanh. You probably know them. If you in Deer Park. If you don't, then check him out. He's on Wikipedia, and he's a really famous mindfulness teacher. Last but not least, the best time to meditate is in the morning, which is where I will record a 5-minute meditation for you to do for the 14 days. And then also what I've noticed is a lot of my friends and my colleagues, as well as my successful clients, also meditate at night to clear out the mind, because they say that without meditating, they're not able to fall asleep. So those are two of the prime times to meditate in order for you to get restful sleep, connect to your creative mind, maximize your productivity, your gratitude. I know that, gratitude is an incredibly important practice, so I incorporate that as well into the meditations, and be able to be awesome, be your yummy self. So that's it for me today. A super, super just loaded video with all things meditation. I hope you enjoyed it. Comment below what you think, and I would love to hear from you and your 14-day practice. I'm going to record a 5-minute morning meditation for you now so that you can tune in every single morning. Talk to you soon. This is Ying Han from the You Only Live Once. And if you are Chinese speaking by chance, we also have this in Chinese. 活出自我. Talk to you soon.